Hello guys, here is Madame OK, and today we will be working on a watercolor painting representing different kinds of root vegetables. So let us start with sketching first. I think that we want to show here the roots of our veggies, and therefore we place the line that divides the earth from the sky quite high. Now I have to decide what kind of veggies would I like to include. One of them certainly will be carrot. So when I will draw carrot, notice, doesn't need to be perfect. Like you see, I want to have it slightly curvy, like this. If you want to have maybe another one, I think we can get another one a little bit thicker, right? Because they are. Some of them skinny, some of them are thick, so that will be our second carrot. Then we will have some lines here, but I can create them as well later on as well. I don't need to rush. Remember that there will be a little bit like a hair here, almost coming at the end of each of them, like a small, tiny root here. And I think that will be very nice to include it here. We will also have some of the leaves, and those leaves will go like this with the stems. See, the tips will have more of the small leaves. Right now it's just the stems, but I think that in our case there will be not very much space left for representing them. Okay, so right now that's okay. The second one, let's see, we make like a bump here on the top, and then again those green stems will come here. The one can overlap another one. That I think that will look good. The next veggie that we want to include here, I like radish, so I certainly will place radish here. See, much smaller than our carrot because the sizes would be not good. See, definitely, yeah, just a small, like you see, top small root here. And then we have our radish again happening here. So one of them. Then we'll have slightly different leaves. So I can already include them here. See, like this, and maybe I make another one. Yes, fantastic. So we have our beautiful radish, 2 carrots, and remember that our radish can have 2 colors, could be just red or can have another color on the top. And let me see, I like to place here another carrot. I think will be okay. See, a little bit moving towards the left side like this. See, getting fatter here. Perfect, right? Then more of the beautiful stems. Fantastic. See, another one just behind, maybe another one even coming here. Good. So we have 4 veggies here, and we should be okay. Unless we want to place another one here, I'm not so sure if this is necessary. Now, from this step, what I want to do, well, I want to start coloring them. And definitely I will need orange color for my carrots. So I'm coming here to my watercolors, picking up some of this beautiful orange color, and remember, will be orangey red, right? So that's what I'm applying first. And I can always use my paper towel if I want to remove certain parts, not completely, it's just that intensity of the color. See, like this, a little bit less of water, because I want to be a little bit precise here, right? Oh my goodness, I moved it, so that means I have to change slightly the shape. Fine. So one is done. I'm moving to my other carrot. Notice how strong the color is, and I don't want to have such a strong color at the beginning, right? So what I will do, gently dabbing on the top of my surface, I will be able to remove partially the intensity of this color. So that means the tone become lighter, and I like what is happening here. You see the effects? It's not a perfectly even color, and that's what I'm looking for, because when you look at the surface of the carrot's root, you will notice that there's not perfectly even tone. Dabbing a little bit, you see this nice surface is happening here. And then I want to come back to my beautiful carrots and slightly change the colors here and there, you see. So that means I'm intensifying the tone of my orange. I'm making it. The lightest one was the first layer of paint that I applied, and now I'm adding a little bit more of the orange, so that means that I'm changing the tone in some places to the darker one. I'm not able really to lighten it at this point unless I will wrap lots of water on it. So you see, my carrots are not perfect and I love it this way. Okay, here with the first one I still want to come a little bit here to the edges and make this shape not perfect but a little bit more precise. Okay, so like this. See, making a little bit thicker on one side. Very good. See, we have lots of different tones in our carrots. I think that at this stage I can move to a little bit darker paint, and that means that I can use a little bit of the brown. And that is what I will do with the brown. Very carefully I will create some of the lines, because I can't represent purely white here. Too much, you see. So I have to be careful how much water I have, because when I will have too much water, then everything would flow, and I don't want to have it. You see, a little bit like this, a little bit like this, those imperfections and also the lines that we can see on the carrots. Good. I'm coming here also with a little bit darker line. I think that will help strengthen the look of the veggie here. Just a touch. Always just a touch. Don't rush with anything. You have plenty of time to work on it, right? Just like this. Oh, now I will use red. You see, I also have to have some other colors. So my red will come on the top, this section here. Because even when you look at the carrot, even though the veggie is more or less orangey, there are some red sections in it as well. The intensification, more intense accumulation of pigment. Now we move to the other one, and now since I have red on my brush, I definitely will go for the red first. Still a little bit more of it here. Boom. Now the same here, slightly stronger, right? And then from there I will move this red to some other sections. Like this. So I'm playing all the time until I will be 100% satisfied with the shape of my veggie, and I try to turn it into a form. So that means to give the 3D look. So that's why on one side I try to make it a little bit darker, just on one side. So I'm chose the right side because it's already my second carrot that I emphasize. See, in terms of the darker tones on one side. So here I also can come. See, I still come with the darker paint here, and then I'm moving this brown nicely on one side, still here. See, sometimes the crossing lines, the darker crossing lines are coming also from the other side or initiate, but in general darker tone it's coming on the right side. Fantastic. Now we are moving to this beautiful carrot. Okay, I'm taking some of the paint from the other carrot. Yep. Like this. See how good. little bit maybe more on this side here, and the same here. Okay, that seems to be, let me see, is it finished? I think so. I think that we can, let's see, maybe a couple more. I never can finish, and I think what I'm doing, I always add and add and add, because I love painting so much. Okay, we want to move to the radish. And the radish, I think, want to leave some of the white. I use raspberry, my raspberry red. Where's the radish would be reddish? On the bottom would be, or let's see, maybe I just leave it like this, because I'm not so sure where the radish would be white, so I'll make it like this. I make it more on the raspberry side. So it's red, intense. I'm taking off a little bit of paint, and I'm doing it here because I want to have variety of tones. So you see a little bit more here like this, and then I'm getting a little bit darker, especially on the top, on the tip of my radish, thinking about half, like it would go here. Fantastic. And then I want to add a little bit of purple in it, believe me or not, because I want to make it a little bit cooler in this section here, just a touch. We have to now move to the other section, and this section, let me see, a little bit of brown here. And what I want to do now, I want to work on those stems. So I have to bring different greens here. So this carrot definitely needs a bright green. And how can I make it here? Since green is secondary color, I can apply yellow and green, or yellow and blue with more yellow color in it, and then right away the color will look good. I also can use phthalo green, because phthalo green is a very interesting color. It looks very artificial, but when I add yellow to it, it will get it will look like a spring grass. So this very bright, beautiful color, and that will add so much depth to our painting. Now I need a little bit of the purple, especially in this section. See, I'm mixing blue and purple here, just on the bottom, like this. I also want to use a little bit, notice here, a little bit of yellow, or maybe even taking it with my brush here, and then I'm moving to the other one, and then I place some other lines, and I will show you and bring other colors. See, like this, very good. Now we go to the radish. We're almost done with it. I can't believe so fast. So with the radish, I have to be careful, because those leaves will be of smaller size. Yep, and then I have to create the vein going through the leaf. So we have the stems already. I need to have veins now. See, there will be my veins, and maybe create another one coming here as well. Of those strange, beautiful shapes like this one. I'm placing another one here. Okay, like this. See, and then we have our veggies, beautiful veggies, except that we still have to create something with the ground. So for the ground, I'm going with the black. See, still a little bit more here of it. That's good. Maybe another one will come here, like this. Yep. We need to create the ground. So you see, emphasizing the line that we created at the beginning, maybe even a little bit thicker in some places. You see, like this. A little bit more of it here. Right, and then I want to have a little bit of blue here. Okay, and then with the blue, I move on the ground, very little. I don't want to have it too much. Actually, I can mix it also with a little bit of black, you see, and spread it on this part here. But it has to be more on the bluish side. So I'm bringing some of the blue here, and I'm going here I still lighten this line, see, and I blend it and bring the color back onto the ground. That's quite nice. Look at this. A little bit more there, and I like this black on the top, indicating that this is the ground right here. You see, I can still intensify it a little bit more, but now I have the good choice for myself how far I will go with it. You see, because it's wet on wet, the technique that we use now. There's so much water on our not canvas, on the paper, that it's very easy now to move the paint in this very fluid way. There's a little bit less of, we have less control. Well, we do have, but not as much as we would use the technique called wet on dry. That means paper will be perfectly dry and we just move the paint. See, like even here, a little bit more. That's very good. Just the last thing, I will take a little bit of brown and I will go with I would strengthen those roots. Like this. I like it very much. I'm just have to think about the sky. Should we use a certain color on the sky? We can, and if we will use a color, I would suggest that you use either yellow or pink. Pink would be a good choice. Look at this. So we have quite a nice painting, watercolor painting with lots of different colors in it, which is good because as artists, that's what we are looking for. I'm trying now just honestly, last two patches that I'm doing here is now blending some of those colors a little bit. I like the effect when this is more pronounced on this side, on the bottom, and here everything can flow a little bit for me. So you see, maybe I just bring a couple of lines here stronger. Oh, this is a good color for it. You see, like this, like this, like this, and that's it, guys. And I think our painting is completed. It was lots of, oh, let's see here still. Maybe we'll come here and strengthen a little bit of the shape here. You see, it was lots of fun to work on it. We have those beautiful carrots now and a nice field with all those different veggies. Just threading still some of this paint. I think we can get it a little bit lighter on this side here, right? Yep. One more thing, and that will be just here, strengthening just this line here, just like this. Okay, guys, we had lots of fun, and next time we will work on another interesting project. Have a good day. Bye.